Bring it back.
This is your year to thrive. Success you will find. Today is your day, and now is your time. It's your year to thrive. Success you will find. Today is your day, and now is your time.
This moment is profound because you're above the ground. Your road might have been rough, but what you got now is now. We're here to pick you up and to even show you how. But you gotta be resourceful with that old plow. Started from the bottom, but I worked my way up. Cause by 4 a.m. I've always been prayed up. Rise and grind, now's your time, don't dare let up. You gotta get it, don't quit it till your seeds grow up.
This is your year to thrive.
Come on.
Success you will find.
Yes.
Today is your day.
Somebody say,
And now is your time.
It's your time.
It's your year to thrive.
Come on.
Success you will find. Today is your day. And now is your time.
It's your time. Yes, and yes. Thrive Nation, we are in the air everywhere. And on today's show, I'm joined with Devin to discuss deep thoughts. And I want to ask you this, Devin. I want to ask you a question rhetorically. I want to throw it out there. For the listeners, I ask everyone to think about these things. What is the purpose of owning a business? So let me just throw it out there. We're going to think about it for a second. Okay. What's the purpose? So, Devin, you coach business owners to help them grow.
Yes.
That's what you do. Mm-hmm. Can I ask you, why did you play softball in high school? Go back in the day. Why did you play softball in high school?
One, I was good at it, and that's always fun when you're good at something.
Yep.
And I did enjoy it. So
you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. Yes.
Okay, so let's think about it for a second. So you are saying you actually enjoyed playing softball.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you did it because you liked it. Mm-hmm. And how many hours a week did you devote to playing softball? At the peak, when you were really into flow, junior year, senior year, you're really getting after it. Maybe you have dreams of college. Maybe you don't. I don't know. When you're really at the peak of softball, how many hours a week?
It was, I would say, anywhere from 20 to 25.
Hours a week?
Yeah.
Playing softball?
Yeah, that
the
was
ball
like
was soft.
School year, practice after school. Summer more. It was probably like my whole time in the summer.
Did you like it?
I did, yes.
And you were good at it?
Yeah.
Okay. And so what is the purpose of owning a business? You see, this is the thing I want to talk about, because on today's show, we're going to break down how to have massive success. But before we do that, I want to get into why. What is the purpose? And what I find in my life is that, and I had a meeting today with an attorney, and I'll be very vague so I don't get myself in more legal problems away with this. But I'm in a legal situation, mm-hmm. and I've got somebody. And again, I'm not going to say the date this show is recorded. I'm just throwing it out there. So I'm in a room overlooking a city skyscraper, and the front desk person, probably a great person. Would you like a coffee, Mr. Clark? And I don't really need to be called Mr. Clark, and I don't need a coffee, but I appreciate the sentiment, okay? But then I sit down, and the chairs are very nice, and it looks out over the downtown, and everyone's in a sport coat or a suit, and they're talking about money. That's the conversation. It's hey, let's talk about money. Now, the Bible, I just want to get your thoughts on this. So the Bible says money is the root of all evil. That's King James. That's the King James version. Okay, I'm gonna read. I'll pull this up here, folks. I'll read it to you. King James, 1 Timothy 6:10 says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some have coveted after, they have erred from the faith and have pierced themselves through with many sorrows." So I'm in a room with people that know they are screwing me. They know they're screwing me. They've even admitted to having screwed me on a recorded phone line, which they know was being recorded because we've had that discussion. So, again, it's no secret I have a call center. You call in, it's a recorded line. I said, hey, call me because I'd like to have this call recorded so I can understand what you're saying. And the person, their justification for wanting to screw me is they just want to make more money. Now, although there's an agreement signed that states what the agreement is, and although they know that they're screwing me by shaving my commissions and pushing me out. So I'll do an example. You work in the office and you sell tickets to the Reawaken America Tour.
Yep.
And you do a good job. And you do a phenomenal job, and people need to know that you do a good job. So how many tickets has the team sold today? Whatever day this is, I'm not going to say what day it is, but how many tickets did we sell today?
So far, we're at 21 the last time I checked.
Okay. And we're on the verge of a sellout for this particular event. And I'm going to do this event, and currently I'm going to lose $183,000 for this particular event. Why do you think that I am doing those events, the Reawaken America Tour events, featuring General Flynn, Team America? Why?
It's to reawaken America, bring people back to God, wake up the world, basically.
But it costs me more money than I make, and I will lose money. Now, not every day, but most days I believe I'm here before you get here. Probably 2 out of 3 days I'm here before you get here.
Yes.
I think there are some days you're here before me. And I think most days when you leave, I'm still here.
Yep.
But I'm going to lose. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You got a paycheck this month.
Yes.
Okay. So I did not get a paycheck this month. In fact, I'm digging into paychecks I've had in years past to pay the bills for said event.
Yep.
So why would I do those events?
Well, I think it's because you have a goal in mind, and you do, I think it's just because you have a goal in mind, right?
And what is the goal?
To wake up America.
Right, to save America.
Yeah, save America.
You know, you're not my daughter, but you could be. And I have a theory that if we don't have freedom, it'll be hard to have a business.
Yeah.
So I'm up in this tower looking at people in the eye that profess openly. I'm not making that claim. They're saying out loud that they profess that they're Christians. And they are intentionally shaving commissions from me. And I'm up in a tower listening to attorneys say, well, would you like a coffee? The assistant says, the front desk woman, would you like a coffee, Mr. Clark? Now, today we're going to be catering in lunch. I know this will be a longer legal, I know it's a tougher situation, but would you guys like us to make an order for you? No! I do not want you to make an order for me. I want to. So I had explained to the attorneys, the legal people, I am not money motivated. The reason why I build businesses is to create time freedom and financial freedom. So you have been part of a highlight in my life 4 or 5 times in the past 3 months. And you might not know it, but one was did you not bring Chick-fil-A for my daughter's party?
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
So my daughter, you're a senior. A lot of your friends are going off to college. My daughter is not going off to college, but a lot of her friends are. And they were all talking about, gosh, we should get together, and we're going to miss each other. And I thought, and they're all great kids. So I thought, let's have it's the end of the year party. I won't be the weird dad, but I'll just let's pick a date. I'll hire the mariachis. I'll bring in the snow cone truck, and you guys can have a great time having a pool party. I won't interrupt. You guys do your thing, and then at the end of if you guys want to have a s'more cookout, I'll pay for everything. Let's do it. I'll have Devin go get Chick-fil-A. Boom. The kids had a good time. And did I make money to do that?
No.
Did you make money to play softball?
Nope.
Am I making money to do the Reawaken tour?
Nope.
Right. So why would anybody do it?
Because they have a goal in mind.
And it's the right thing.
Yeah, it's the right thing.
So I was in line the other day, and the lady's in front of me. God bless her. She's trying to check out, and she's, they do the whole thing of boop, boop. They're scanning, boop, boop. They go, ma'am, your total be, I'm making up the number, $206.17 or something. And she's like, well, and she's kind of like a little bit kind of Barbara Bush looking. No references to the political leanings, but it's a lot of like, oh dear. Let me get on my wallet. And she's like, a strong breeze could kill the woman. She's a great lady, but she's a very elderly lady. And so she's trying to do the check thing. And she's working through the check, and she's trying to submit the check, and so they do the check, and the way they do the checks now is they scan it, whoop, and it doesn't go through. So the guy behind me is like, "Come on, gosh!" And this lady probably can't even hear him, but she has a checkbook, didn't go through. I don't know the whole situation. So I'm thinking, okay. Again, my whole ethos, my whole reason why I do what I do is I value time freedom and financial freedom to do whatever I believe God wants me to do. So I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, may I pay for your groceries?" And she says, "Honey, I don't know. I'm like, no. I just, let me do it. It'll be good for you, good for me, good for us. I'll do it." Okay. I mean, I don't know. I'm like, let me do it. I only say that story to say, like, I didn't do it to be a hero. Didn't even think I would talk about it on a show. I'm just saying it because it's a thing of like, I value time freedom and financial freedom. So there's no need for me to spend my day waiting in line with a woman who clearly doesn't have the funds to pay for it. I mean, when I can help her out. And so I just think, though, a lot of times people do what is, it's the love of money. So back to the legal thing. So legal thing. I'm in legal thing, and it's like, well, Mr. Clark, this person thinks this. Here's this paperwork. Bring it in. Look at this. This is their response. Here's your response. Here's my response. Here's this. Here's the documentary. Back and forth. So I'm like, hey, if it helps, instead of, paying me $1 million, why don't you just pay $1 and let them screw me so we can move on? Because I don't value money more than I value time.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to spend months and months of my life arguing with you about how much money you owe me. And it's easy to grow businesses. If you're listening out there today, talking to you, it's so easy to grow businesses. And on part 2 of today's show, I'm going to introduce you to some wonderful clients who we've helped to grow their business dramatically. So if you're out there and you have a real product or that you sell to real people, a real product or a real service that you sell to real people, that people are willing to pay for, that's called a business, we can help scale that. So I think about Highwayman Signs. This is a wonderful couple. They came into my life a couple years back. We've doubled the size of we've doubled their profitability. But I'm not money motivated. Yes, we have to help them grow their business so they can create time freedom and financial freedom. But what if the goal of money was just the accumulation of more money? What would happen?
Well, I mean, like the King James Version, it's the more money you get, it depends on the person, but you can get greedy, and that's kind of all you see. You're like, well, if I do this for more money, then I can do this for more money, and then you just lose you lose sight.
So let's move forward in the future, okay? We'll move forward. Let's say that you're 97. Your husband at the time is 98, because men are a little bit older usually. Okay, he's 98, 97. And you guys are 98, 97 years old, and you've got months left, years left, whatever. Are you going to care about the extra money that you got while negotiating with someone for 10 consecutive months with attorneys back and forth?
No, I mean, I won't, but...
What are you going to be wishing you would have had more of
more
at the
time.
end? Right.
Yep.
So it's like, I just don't even understand the idea. And I'm just going to give people a whole bunch of examples. And again, we're going to walk you through how to grow a successful company. But I asked the question, why? What are you doing? What are you doing? So let me do an example. A person I used to work with back in the day. And I want to pull it up so you can see. I want to pull it up. But I don't think I can log on. I can't log. I want to log on, but I can't. But if you go onto this person's Facebook feed, that's why it's audio only, and you go up there, you would have the opinion that, man, this guy, he and his wife are loving life. Because they look like Kardashians. They're traveling the places that their Kardashians are going. But what do you think is actually happening before almost every one of those photo shoots?
They're probably fighting.
Right. All the time.
Yep.
And they're like, hey, I've been with them. They're like, hey, God, let's do a selfie. Let's do a selfie. No, stop it. Carl, stop. No, Sherry, shut. Sherry, this is just embarrassing. Carl, you just, and everyone around them's like, oh my gosh. And then they pause and they get a photo with their food. Mm-hmm. Have you seen these people?
Oh, yeah.
Let's get a photo. Here we go. And then they go back to fighting.
Yep.
And then they insist on flying first class on a nearly maxed out credit card. And they have luxury cars that they can barely pay for. And their whole mission is to impress people they don't know with money they don't have. Mm-hmm. I call that fake.
Yeah.
But I think that a lot of people are wanting to grow a business and they don't know why. But I would submit the reason why you grow a business is so you have time freedom and financial freedom to play softball.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To have a party for your kid,
Right.
My son, do you know about my son's situation right now and his business and his friends? And you know about this?
I knew about whenever he.
Well, speak in generalities.
He told you he couldn't invite his friends because they had an obsession.
Yeah.
Yes.
But my son is going through school and he's got buddies in his life and he needs, some mentorship and he needs to figure out what's good and what's wrong and what's bad and what's right. And I like to be available to answer said questions. I don't want to be in Colorado or New York trying to close another deal to buy crap to impress people I don't know. Because we've all been in high school, right?
Yep.
And we've all had idiot friends who have idiot obsessions and they want to talk to their parents about it, Or my daughter's 18 years old. I want her to have a great end of the year party. It's like the Reawaken America tour. That's important to me. But what is not important to me is the endless acquisition of money. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and have pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Now, this idea, do you know what an agreement, have you ever bought anything that required you to sign a long-term agreement?
Can you give me an example?
You might be too young for this, but there's things so if you buy, if you get a mortgage, okay, the word mortgage, did you know that the word mortgage stands for death grip?
Ugh, I didn't know that.
That's what it stands for, death grip.
Oh my gosh.
So it means that you will be paying for this thing, and they're going to pry that money out of your dead hands if need be, because you've committed for a 30-year conversation.
Ooh.
So these agreements, they want you to sign when you go in these legal meetings. They go, could you sign a non-disclosure agreement? That way, what? I can't tell the truth? Like if people ask me, hey, you helped grow this business dramatically, why aren't you involved anymore? Well, I can't tell the truth now because I got a big check. I mean, that's how the culture works. Everyone's like, I can't talk about it. My lawyer. There's a lot of that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Sure.
And I just see a lot of people, you see doctors, lawyers, teachers not doing the right thing because they want to get paid. It's what they want to do.
Yep.
They just want to get paid. So I'm going to play this audio clip here. This guy here, his name is Ron Howell. Great client. We helped him grow his business dramatically. This is Keystone Harbor is the company we helped to grow. It was a lake business, a lake harbor business. I'm going to hit play here. Listen to Ron Howell. Here he goes. He called into our office to say thank you. Listen to this.
Hey, Eric, it's Ron Howell. I just wanted to just express to you and to Clay how excited and appreciative we are about this relationship.
I did not call him and say, please leave an encouraging message. He calls me, this guy, Ron Howell. He says, hey, I left an encouraging message for you. This is years ago, 2017. And I wanted you to play it for your team if you can. And you feel free to use it on marketing because you guys really helped my business a lot. Listen to this again.
Hey, Eric, it's Ron Howell. I just wanted to just express to you and to Clay how excited and appreciative we are about this relationship.
First off, why did he call? I didn't ask him to call me. Why did he do it?
Because he wanted you to know that he appreciates you and you helped him grow his business, so he wanted to say thank you.
But it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
He didn't get paid to make this call.
Yep.
Okay, listen to this, folks.
And immediate results of the just a couple of days run on the rental boats that you guys are extraordinarily good at what you do. So we're excited. We want to do more, as all your customers do. So we'll keep figuring out how we can move forward on a variety of fronts. I've got Dusty from Brownie's eyes are wide open now. And anyway, the main thing is thanks so much. Really appreciate everything you guys have done for us and are doing. Looking forward to the future.
He did it because it's the right thing.
Eric, please pass that along to Clay if you would as well. Thank you.
It's the right thing to do. Now, again, these are great people. I'm bragging on these guys. This is a company called Keystone Harbor. Now, these guys why do I only take on 160 clients? Why don't I make you take on 40 clients? Can you please explain to me why I do not tell you, Devin, you have to take on 40 more clients? Why don't I push you to the point of like the breaking point and say, take on 40 clients? Why?
Well, we want to know, or you want to know all of the clients, and you can build a relationship with them. So, like Ron here, he can.
What would it do to you psychologically if you had 40 clients that you were trying to grow because I wanted to get to 400 clients instead of 160?
Oh, I'd probably go crazy.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because they're business owners,
Yeah.
and every one of them has a website that crashes once a year. Every one of them gets robbed or stolen from a key employee once a year. Every one of them has a stressful day at least once a year. Mm-hmm. And when you have multiple clients, you want to be available for them.
Yeah.
So like the reason why I only take on 160 clients is I'm not trying to grow the world's largest business growth company. I've been doing this since 2005. I'm very, very aware that I have 160 clients. Now, I'm going to play this audio. This is his partner, also a good guy. This is the partner here from this company called Keystone Harbor. Listen to what Dustin says.
Hey, this is Dustin Huff. I'm with Keystone Harbor Marina. We joined Thrive back in January and have been working with these guys for about 7 months. During that time period, we have moved up our Google rank through reviews and SEO processes that we've compiled through these guys. Our leads have gone from about 4 a week to now 165 a week. So the process works. Once you begin, you have to stay with it.
So we've grown the guy's business by, that's 43.5%. So again, but he's a good guy, and money is just a magnifier.
Magnifier, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Money is just a
magnifier.
Yes. Have you been on the planet long enough to meet somebody who grew up poor that's now rich? Have you seen this in your world yet?
Not yet.
Okay, this is a true story. I've met many, many people that were complete jerks who've made a lot of money and are just the biggest jerk ever because money just magnified their jerkness.
Yeah.
I've also met wonderful people, great women and men, who money just magnified who they were. So money is just a magnifier.
Yeah.
That's all it's going to do is amplify or magnify that which you do. You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I only want to help people that are not a jerk. So the reason why today in this bizarre legal meeting that I get stuck in, why I am not going to sit there and negotiate over and over and over and over and over when somebody's screwing me is the following 5 reasons I shall fire them off. 1, I am not trying to impress people that I don't know with things I can't afford. 2, I'm debt free. I don't owe anything to anybody. So I don't need to take on another client to satisfy some weird desire I have to buy crap that I don't need. I don't, if you're debt free, you don't need this. If you're listening today and you're 24, you're 25, you're 35, I mean this sincerely. You can buy right now, if you're 25 years old and you live in Oklahoma, you can buy a really decent house in Sapulpa or Claremore for almost nothing. I mean, you could buy a house for $100,000, $150,000 on land with trees where you see animals, and your payments would be so low that it gives you more time to do whatever you want to do. But most people who are 25, 30, we know what they do. They go get a luxury car because they can afford to do it. They got their first big check, so they're getting a luxury car or a nicer version of like a Lexus.
Yeah.
And then they go stay in the nicest apartment complex possible. And now because they are living above their means, buying stuff they don't need to impress people they don't know, now what happens?
They're losing that money.
They're in the wage
cage.
And
then they have less time because they have to work more.
Right.
And they're miserable.
Right. Third reason I'm not going to spend my time in a ridiculous, litigious meeting is I value time. When my dad died of Lou Gehrig's disease, he's dead. That's what happened. You don't know when that your last day is going to be. So why spend your day doing something that is a pointless exercise and doing something that you perceive to be unethical? Yeah. I mean, so many people are working in a smoke shop because they make $17.50 an hour. Seriously.
Yeah.
And you go, why are you getting people addicted to sin? Like, what is your deal? Why are you selling sin for an income? Well, it's paid $17.50 an hour, and I used to make $16 an hour working. You see this?
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yep.
It's a real thing. Next reason is money is not my number one motivating factor. And if you're out there today, I would encourage you not to make money your number one motivating factor. It is so important. And then finally, the final reason why I'm not going to sit there all day arguing over large sums of money is you can't take it with you.
Yeah.
So in the event that you grow a successful company and you have to screw people and sign nefarious agreements to get to where you want to go, what kind of life is that? Have you seen these people? Have you watched a Bieber video? Have you watched an interview with Bieber? Have you seen a recent Taylor Swift music video? Have you seen these videos?
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't really watch. I don't know. I mean,
you haven't seen like the satanic undertones behind everything?
Yeah, just from watching.
You haven't seen
your shows, but yeah, the one of Taylor Swift with the devil mask. Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, okay, let's look at, I'm just gonna pull it up here just so you can see some examples. These are like, so this little Uzi guy. Mm-hmm. What's going on with this guy? Look at him.
Oh man,
the compromises these people are making to get there.
Yeah, all for money.
And you can't take it with you.
Exactly.
So if you're out there today, I'm just telling you, if you're thinking about becoming a client or you want us to help you grow your business, do a checkup from the neck up and ask yourself, what are your goals for your faith, your family, your finances, your fitness, your friendship, your fun? Then ask yourself, if you grow your business, what would you do with that extra income? And if you want to grow your business and you're a decent human, you're doing the best you can to be the best mom, be the best dad you can possibly be, we want to help you grow your business. But if you're like a nefarious person who is already, your goals are not good, we don't want to help you. And if you're out there today and you find yourself in a endless legal battle where you're battling over and over and over, this just in. You can make more money, but you can't make more time. You cannot make more time. And I just see so many business owners that will take a decade of their life and have that decade be defined by a legal situation because they want that money so much that they're willing to like skip over a decade of their life to focus on the acquisition of money. It's just total jackassery. So on part 2 of today's show here, we're gonna share with you a success story of these wonderful clients. They're doing well. They have a company called Highwayman Signs. They've grown their business dramatically, and they're real people, Danielle and Kenny, and they're wonderful people, and it's wonderful to help them grow their company. And Devin, I appreciate you coming in there and answering questions about softball and why you played softball, because again, the reason why you grow a business is the goal is should be able to, your business should feel like you're playing softball. You should like it. It should be fun. You should be around people you like working with. There should be good energy, not a weird aura. Mm-hmm. That's what it should be like.
Yep.
And if you have jackasses on your team that are ruining your mojo, it's time to make sure they go. You can't have jackasses on your team, okay? It says no jackasses on your team. So we're going to end this part of the show with a boom, okay? And boom stands for big, overwhelming, optimistic momentum. So here we go. Without any further ado, 3, 2, 1, boom. All right, Thrive Nation, we have the honor of working with 160 clients, and I can tell you this, today's guests are probably in that top 10% of clients I've ever had. These are people that are super diligent, they're hardworking, they're growing a family, they're growing a business, they're putting in the work. And again, it's not about what you learn, it's about what you do. Again, success isn't about just learning ideas, it's about implementing those ideas. Because we all get great ideas from books and talk show hosts and self-help books and seminars, but it's about implementing those ideas. And that's what our business coaching program is all about. And we're honored to serve these 2 guests. They're having a lot of success. They run a company right here in Oklahoma, and it's called Highwayman Signs. Kenny, welcome on to the Thrive Time Show. Welcome on to the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
Hey, doing great, Clay. Thanks for having us.
And Danielle, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Now, Danielle, in the line of work that I do, I've been coaching clients since 2005, and just like you guys, when you install a sign, you define success by, is the customer happy with the sign? With what I do, I define success as, is the customer growing? Since we've worked with you, have you guys doubled the size of the company? Have you grown by 25%? Or how much have you grown total from the time we first met until now? Do you know as far as a rough percentage?
I would say about 50%.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Easily
50%. Of course, each week it fluctuates
Yeah.
a little bit, but I would say it's a pretty steady 50% since we've started working with you. I know our staff has doubled.
Yeah, we've doubled our staff. Our profits just for this year alone are up over 100%. So it's been very fruitful.
Now, Kenny, I every month, I pay an accountant and I pay an attorney, and I've had all the same people for over a decade, and it really helps me knowing that I'm paying a flat fee of, let's say, $3,000 a month to an attorney, or $4,000 a month to an accountant, and I have kind of a set flat fee, and that really helps me, having people on my team for over 10 years, but also it helps me on the budget perspective. Final question I have for you, Kenny, is for people out there that are thinking about spending $1,700 a month for a coach, or paying $250 to get a ticket to a workshop. How would you describe the value that someone would receive, or what would be your thoughts on that monthly cost?
Well, it's been a huge value. I'll be honest with you. And if you break it down, I look at everything like that. That's a monthly fee, and the services that you provide, and I break it down to an hourly rate, right? I'm a business owner. I'm thinking, okay, I'm hiring a company, but it's just like hiring an employee, right? And so I break it down by an hourly rate, and it's less. I mean, it's like minimum wage is what you're charging, and you're offering so much. I paid thousands of dollars to have websites built that aren't even a fraction of what we have now. And it didn't come with the coaching that you provide, and just the advice that you give us. And not only that, you're pushing us every week to make sure that we're hitting our goals, and that we're constantly driving things forward. And that's what we need. It's like you're like a personal trainer. If you go to the gym, sure, you can pick up some weights here, and you can jump on this machine, and you can run on the treadmill for a little bit, but having somebody there giving you advice, saying, hey, where do you want to go, and who do you want to be in 6 months, a year, 10 years, and actually kind of building that personal track for us so we can hit those goals. And it's been very, very, very helpful, and it's a huge value. I'll be honest with you.
As far as the hiring processes, so many people say it's impossible to find good people. And we've taught you the hiring process, and you guys are implementing the group interview, and you're continuing to bring on better talent. For anybody out there that doesn't know about the group interview, or maybe how that's helped your company, tell everybody about the hiring process there, Danielle.
Yeah, I love it. At first, I felt really abrasive towards it, just because it was something new and different. And it definitely puts you on the spot as a business owner and somebody who is looking for a good candidate. But at the same time, you're saving yourself so much time. If there's anything that I can speak to as far as hiring new people and being a business owner, it's that you can't get your time back. So it's very important to us to continue to do these group interviews. So I set up weekly group interviews. I invite anybody and everybody who applies. The last thing that I want to do is not encourage somebody to come for whatever reason. I give everybody an opportunity. And then during that group interview, I kind of just really get to know each person that's there, both professionally and then personally, to make sure that they're a good fit for the company. And then even further, to really make sure that they're a good fit for the company, we then shadow. So we invite people to come back for about an hour or two and shadow with us. And if they are a good candidate and they like the position as well, then we bring them on board.
Now, Kenny, people ask me all the time as a business consultant, they say, what's the most important part of growing my company? I said, well, it's hiring, it's marketing, it's sales, it's accounting, it's legal, it's management, it's online ads, online reputation. I mean, it's all of that. It's not just one thing. Marketing. Let's talk about marketing for a second. When your website there is really looking sharp, and it's never done. I mean, we're always updating it. You guys are always supplying new before and after photos of projects, new customer testimonials. Can you talk about the process of working with you guys over the last couple of years on developing the website?
Yeah, absolutely. Your team's been instrumental in that. We've had for years, I tried to get just third-party people to build us a website, and you get a landing page or something like that kind of looked like what you wanted. But your team has always been above and beyond, and have always taken my idea and made it better. And so obviously we have a gallery now that we have hundreds of photos on that customers can go look at and actually see. And that's given them ideas as well. Because sometimes with our line of business being signs, it's cast such a wide net that people sometimes don't know what we offer. And so it's been great to say, hey, go to our website and check out, check out our gallery, check out our services, and see if there's anything there that that catches your eye. And so like channel lettering or vehicle wraps or anything, and people have looked on there and be, oh my goodness, I love this sign. Can you make something like that for us? And that's been huge. Just having that page and having such a professional job, that people go on there and they're like, wow, this place is the real deal.
Now I have this is not a backhanded compliment, but I'm going to go to Kenny on this one here. You have people I find in business that have a really awesome website and great print pieces, but their service is terrible. The product is terrible. Or I find people that have great product and great service, but their online reputation doesn't communicate the level of quality that they provide. I think you guys were guilty of the latter, where you guys had great product, great service, but we just didn't have a whole lot of testimonials, didn't have a whole lot of reviews. How has the online reputation management impacted your sales, Kenny?
Well, it's huge. We're getting a lot more out of town interest now. We're getting a lot of national sign companies that are looking for local installers. And the first thing that they do is they're going to Google, they're checking out who's the best around, who's the best in this area. And so the reviews and getting our Google reviews and our video testimonials out there for other people to see has been like, oh, okay, I can trust this company because I've seen their products, they look great, their website looks great. I've looked on there, their customers are saying, great things about them. And so that, encourages people to call, make a phone call, send an email, and reach out to us. And then our staff gets right on board. We answer every phone call, every email, and try to take care of, every person we can.
Now, again, I think I got that right, but I think you guys have said you've doubled the profits. Is that accurate?
Yes, this year is double the profit. Well, it's
Amen
over
to that.
increase. Yeah.
Now, you guys are a couple and working together. I'd say, maybe 10% of our clients, so maybe 15 or 16 of our clients are a husband and wife team. And probably the other clients, they're 90% of our clients, it's where the woman owns her own business or the guy owns his own business. And you two work together. And one of the things you have to do is you get more sales is you have to manage people. I'd like to get your thoughts, Kenny, on just the management processes, because I really do believe this is the most challenging aspect of growing a business is managing people on the planet, because you have some great people, but we all know this. There are certain people on the planet that will not do what they're told to do. They just won't. And so we've worked with you guys to implement merit-based pay. And I could be wrong, but I believe now the merit-based pay is turning out to be very effective, and it's kind of changing the culture to being very productive. I'd love to get your thoughts on implementing merit-based pay and some of the management training that you guys have been receiving.
Absolutely. Well, managing people is a lot like parenting. I mean, they're like children, and we're kind of the parents. So but what we've implemented in just the last few weeks and months that we've worked on this is what we've done is we've actually broke down pretty much all of the tasks to basically like $1 per hour. And so what we've seen, we have a base pay that's fairly modest to get people on board. But just with the way the landscape has changed over the last few years, you can get paid $16, $17 an hour for flipping burgers, right? And so we're like, okay, well, I can't prove that they're worth that when they come and we hire somebody right off the bat, because we're dealing with a lot of people's business and their livelihood. And so we need to make sure that we get their products right, so that their business can succeed. And so what we've done is we've broken down some of the tasks by $1 per hour. So even though they have a base pay of say $12 an hour, we give them a chance to make upwards of even $20 an hour if they'll just do the things right and make sure that they're correct. They're getting their Google reviews. They're also making sure the customers, product is entered in correctly and all of their notes, and making sure they don't miss anything with the customer. And all of these things are broken down. And I'm like, every week I'm telling my employees that you're showing me what you're worth by doing this. This week it's like you didn't do any of these items on your merit list, and so you're only worth $12 an hour this week, even though I know last week you were doing $20 an hour worth of work. And so it's like, show me what you're worth every week, and I'm not having to yell at them. I'm not having to berate them every week like, hey, I need you to come in and do your job, even though that's what you're paid to do. it's the you know, our chart is basically making that, our standard is making that pay available to them, and all they have to do is hit the standard. So
now, Danielle, one of the things we try to do for all of our clients is provide, the weekly coaching, but then we also behind the scenes do the photography and the video and the web and all that. And we have that weekly meeting to really prevent drifting. So if you could go back and say, okay, for anybody out there that's maybe thinking about becoming a client or coming to one of our workshops, how would you describe how having a one-on-one business coaching relationship with our team has changed your business?
Oh, it has changed it drastically. I mean, when it comes down to it, you think that you know exactly the way that your business should be operating, right? But in fact, you only have your own perspective. Even if you are husband and wife working together, you still only have your own perspective. So having somebody that you can bounce ideas off of and really start to implement new tasks, new projects, new things that we're trying to do to help our business grow and our people grow, having that extra person to help you with that has been immeasurable completely. There's so many things that I have learned throughout the last couple of years here that I would never have had the time or the energy to seek it out to try and find these things. I feel like I probably would have been butting my head against a wall constantly. So
Well, you guys have been awesome to work with, and I can tell I've referred you now to quite a few people because people have asked me, they say, where'd you get that Blockbuster sign, man? That's an awesome Blockbuster sign. People come to our workshops. We include the workshops with our business coaching. So people come to the workshop and they go, where did you get that massive Blockbuster sign? And I tell them about you guys, or people will ask me, Clay, who's the sign company that you would recommend? And I without reservation, I tell them Highwayman Signs. Kenny, tell us for the listeners out there, most of our listeners are all over the country. What markets can you service and what markets can you not service at this point at highwaymansigns.com, sir?
So we are servicing all of Oklahoma. Obviously, we've done jobs up as far north as Topeka, Kansas, Joplin, Missouri, as far south as Dallas and Arlington, Texas. So we do about a 5 to 6 hour circle around Tulsa. And but if there's something that you're needing done, if you've got a branch that's out of state, we can make all of your signage here in town and get that shipped up to you, and we will find a local installer. We'll work with the local government office as well to make sure your permitting and everything is legal, all your electrical permits or whatever it needs to make sure that it's safe and legal to go up. And we'll do all that for you. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So we can do anywhere in the country.
Well, guys, it's been a blessing working with both of you guys. And again, folks, we try to only work with diligent doers, people that are willing to put in the work. And you guys put in the work every week. You're growing a business and growing a family. I know it's tough to do, and it's an honor to serve you guys. We consider you to be friends. Again, folks, it's highwaymansigns.com. If you're listening right now and you're in the Dallas area, the Oklahoma area, the Kansas City area, within a 4-mile radius of Tulsa, Oklahoma, check out highwaymansigns.com. I highly recommend their service. Guys, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you next week.
Awesome. Thank you.
Take care, guys.
This is Brent Starts with United Lending from Stuart, Florida. Just give a shout out to Thrive Time Show and Clay Clark. We've been with them for 3 years now. We've been working with them to help us with our systems, get our arms around our numbers, get some great systems in place as far as marketing, working with our Dream 100, holding us accountable, and so actually hooking us up with a lot of fine vendors as well that saves us a lot of time, and those referrals really helped us out as well. But we've seen tremendous success putting those in place, getting our Google reviews, our video testimonials, all of those things coming together as a full marketing plan has really helped us out. So we can't say thank you enough for Clay Clark, Thrive Time, and Andrew Bloomer, who's worked with us for 3 years now. So wonderful job, guys. Thank you for all you do.
Well, Thrive Nation, we have an opportunity all the time. We have so many wonderful people that go to thrivetimeshow.com and they reach out to us to schedule a 13-point assessment. We also have a lot of people that go to thrivetimeshow.com and they schedule a free 13-point assessment, and they're not a good fit because I only work with diligent doers. I only work with people that are willing to actually implement the proven systems that Dr. Zellner and I both teach and implement in our own companies. So people say, I do want to grow my business 7 times faster. I do want to reduce my working hours. I do want to increase my time freedom and my profits. I think we're all in agreement that that's a good thing. However, we can only help people that are willing to put the work in. And on today's show, we're joined by a man by the name of Ronnie Morales. His company is moralesbrothers.net. I hold him in high regard because he and his family-owned business, they actually are growing. I would call it dramatically. When you look at this, Inc. magazine right now shows that 96% of businesses fail. Inc. magazine says 96% of businesses fail. That's not good. Whereas this guy's business isn't growing by 10%, it isn't growing by 20%. It is growing dramatically. But again, if Ronnie Morales had filled out the form and had scheduled a consultation and wasn't willing to actually implement what we were teaching, it would all be for naught. So I'm excited for you to meet somebody who I would consider to be a diligent doer. He's based in Richmond, Texas. And without any further ado, Ronnie Morales, welcome onto the Thrive Time Show. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks, Clay.
Hey, so how did you first hear about us? How did you hear about the Thrive Time Show?
I listened to your Thrive Time Show podcast for those 7 years, and I was learning so much. I was like, man, I got to give this guy a try.
So you listened to our podcast 7 years ago?
Yeah.
Really?
7 years.
Do you remember the first podcast you listened to 7 years ago?
I don't remember. I listened to so many of them.
Okay.
I still listened to, more than once.
Now, when you're listening to the podcast, I try to feature clients on the show so that there's real people really doing it, really implementing the systems. When did it occur to you that you might want to, go ahead and fill out the form at thrivetimeshow.com and schedule a consultation?
I got to the point where I just needed to take the next step. And I've been in coaching before, like group coaching and different things like that. But I just felt like everybody on your show was making tremendous changes in their business. And coming from you and Dr. Z, I felt like y'all had the experience. It didn't matter if it was, because I've been used to doing construction, like peer groups and construction coaching, where it's contractors only. Well, I felt like, you know what, I need somebody business minded to help me grow this. I don't necessarily need a group of just contractors. I needed somebody that knows the business part of it.
And what kind of growth have you had since you began working with us as far as a percentage? Do you know a percentage or what kind of growth?
Yeah, so we had about a 57% increase from last year's first quarter to this year's first quarter. So that was huge for us. And personal growth too. I honestly, just as a business leader and team member here in my company, I've grown a lot to be a better leader, learn how to delegate better, learn how to get these 15-minute huddles started every morning. And it's just been great. I'm just continue to learn, and I can't wait to keep moving forward.
Well, people always ask me, they say, what's the most important part of business consulting? And that would be, to me, like asking a baker, what's the most important ingredient in a cookie? I mean, is it the flour? Is it the sugar? Is it the eggs? I would say if you take out any one of those core ingredients, you're going to have a weird tasting cookie. So in our business consulting, we focus on marketing, branding, sales, hiring, leadership, management, accounting, all of those things. So let's kind of go through the process from just a branding perspective and a marketing perspective. How has the business consulting impacted your company?
No, it's been great. The branding, the marketing. People around town are telling us, hey, I've seen your trucks here and there. I see you all over the place. When people are searching Google or whatever it is, they're finding our videos and they're reaching out to us. I think one of the biggest parts with business coaching for me has been the accountability. Like just having somebody to tell me like, hey, get this, and this done, and have it done by this day. And, we move on to the next step. So, it's been great.
Now we have a weekly meeting. The purpose of a weekly meeting is so that you have a week to get your homework done. We have a week to do our homework. We do photography, videography, web development, search engine optimization. And you and I meet on Saturdays at 6:30 a.m. I find a lot of my clients like to meet in the mornings. How important is it to have that weekly meeting? Because I'm 42, but when I was 21, I was hiring business consulting programs that would do quarterly meetings or oftentimes even monthly meetings. And I found that nothing got done. How important is it for you to have a weekly meeting?
I think it's very important as a business owner to have that weekly accountability to make sure you're staying on schedule. Because as a business owner, you wear so many hats. It makes it difficult to get the important things done that you need to get done, but that you want to put on the back burner. But when you have somebody to be accountable to, and it's a weekly thing, and they're steadily putting in your ear, like you got to get these things done. Get the reviews, get the video testimonials. It just makes it to where, you have an assignment and they just get it done.
Now, at the business conferences, we walk people through the entire system. This is the system we teach from. This is from my newest book called A Millionaire's Guide to Becoming Sustainably Rich, which everyone can download for free right now at thrivetimeshow.com/millionaire. You and I, we track the numbers every week. So box number 1, we establish those revenue goals. We do that. We know the break-even numbers. We know how many hours you're willing to work. This is crazy. You're married. Your wife loves you. You love your wife. I'm not ever advocating during our coaching meetings like, forsake your family and grow your company. Can you talk about that, how important it is to work with maybe a coach that understands that you want to have a healthy family and a healthy company?
Oh, I think it's very important. Like yesterday, I had a good dinner with my wife, and we had a good evening with live music and really enjoyed each other's company. I took my kids camping twice this month already for 4 days, and we're enjoying the summer. But I think it's very important that as a business owner, as you put the hours in, put the hard work in, that you also take the time to spend with friends and family. It's important. Rising up early to get in my meditation time is very important to me too. So I think just again having somebody that knows the value of these things is important.
Now, as we go through, you are knocking it out with the marketing and the branding and all the things we have to do to optimize your website and make the ads work. We've determined your unique value proposition. We've improved the branding. We have a 3-legged marketing stool. We know how to generate leads online and offline and referrals. The sales process, and I'm not picking on you, but I mean this, you're like a super humble guy. So I feel like that the sales process was something that once you learned the proven process, you kind of took to it right away. But I think a lot of contractors don't want to come across as too aggressive or too passive or too whatever. And I feel like the sales process of your team really doing a good job of calling all the leads, and the calls are recorded for quality assurance. I feel like that's been a big needle mover for you. Maybe I'm wrong. I'd love to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, no, it's been great. I had my own way before I joined your team. I had my own way of sales, and what I thought was working really wasn't working. And at first I put up a wall, but once I was opened up to the why you do it the certain ways you do it, it really opened up more ways to be more successful. With the call scripts, with the recorded calls, we're still tweaking scripts and things like that, but it's like an ongoing process. But it's been great, and I think that it has helped us a lot. We call our leads back right away, within hours, a few hours, most of the time. And it's just important. And we've gotten a lot of leads, and where I needed to hire my first sales employee.
And now we're working on more of the systems, creating these repeatable systems and managing a large group of people. In that daily huddle, can you talk? I hammer all my clients that it's so important to have a daily huddle with your team, to huddle with your team every morning and to have a weekly staff meeting. Could you talk about the importance of implementing these human resource strategies for managing people and what impact that's had for your company?
Yeah, so the impact of daily huddles have had for my company is that it brought the team together. All of our employees, which is 17 of us full time, it's brought us all together to where we get to see each other in the mornings and grow together. We start off with some wins, keep it brief. We go over company updates. Then we go over all our projects, and we ask how's that client doing? Is the project on schedule? But it helped us a lot with the daily interruptions with, hey, so what's going on here? And these questions that could be answered in the morning. So they learn to answer these important questions in the morning so that there's less interruption throughout the day.
Now, the final 2 areas I wanted to cover here is, there's so much to growing a company, and that's what we talk about on our weekly coaching calls. But building a sustainable and repetitive weekly schedule, like every week we're doing the group interview. Every week we're gathering objective reviews from clients. Every week we're gathering before and after images. Every week you're gathering testimonials from your happy clients. You have to do this stuff every week. It's like a garden. You got to pull the weeds every week. Could you talk about the importance of having these human resource systems in place where you do these systems every week, so it's proactive as opposed to reactive, doing these same things over and over?
Yeah, I think it's important to do it every week and repeat them so that things don't fall through the cracks. And if you get too relaxed on not doing it, or you go 2 or 3 weeks without listening to recorded calls or whatever it may be, you start to slack off a little bit. The next thing you know, you're in trouble. and now you're putting down another fire that wouldn't have been there if you would have been on track and keeping up with the systems and processes. So just doing it repeatedly helps with building that system. Everybody knows it's this day at this time. Our morning huddles are every day from 7:07, last 15 minutes. And it's everybody knows to be there. And it's just been great.
Now, final two questions for you. People out there that maybe want to do business with you, they're hearing about you. Again, it's very hard to gather objective Google reviews if people don't like you. It's very hard to gather video testimonials if people don't like the work you do. What's your website, and how do people, go ahead and get a hold of you if they're looking to hire you guys for maybe a big project?
Yeah, so our website is moralesbrothers.net, and you can definitely just fill out our get in touch form to reach out to us. And I personally will actually be in touch with you and have a conversation with you.
And for anybody out there that's contemplating coming to one of our workshops or scheduling a free 13-point assessment, what word of encouragement or what advice would you have for anybody out there?
Well, I would say don't wait any longer. Jump in, because if I would have jumped in 7 years ago, I would have been in a whole different place today. So
I guarantee you would be. I'll say this though, and I'm not prophetic. I'm saying you're on pace. You're on pace to have a business that's going to be about 5 times larger than what it was when I first met you. And I say that because the first thing you see is the leads coming in, and you start to see new teammates joining your team, and you're building that foundation for success. And I totally see you guys going to a great place right now. So I wish I would have met you earlier. That's my only complaint. But that's Ronnie Morales. Ronnie, I really appreciate you. I'll give you the final word. What do you want to say to everybody out there that's maybe contemplating taking their business to the next level?
Like I said, guys, don't wait any longer. Reach out to Clay and the team, do your assessment, and be a diligent doer.
Amen to that. Ronnie Morales, take care, sir. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
The number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year. We are Jared and Jennifer Johnson. We own Platinum Pest and Lawn and are located in Owasso, Oklahoma. And we have been working with Thrive for business coaching for almost a year now.
Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to share some wins with you guys that we've had by working with Thrive. First of all, we're on the top page of Google now. Okay. I just want to let you know what type of accomplishment this is. Our competition, Orkin, Terminex, they're both $1.3 billion companies. They both have 2,000 to 3,000 pages of content attached to their website. So to basically go from virtually non-existent on Google to up on the top page is really saying something. But that's come by being diligent to the systems that Thrive has, by being consistent and diligent on doing podcasts and staying on top of those podcasts to really help with getting up on with their listing and ranking there with Google.
And also we've been trying to get Google reviews, asking our customers for reviews. And now we're the highest rated and most reviewed pest and lawn company in the Tulsa area. And that's really helped with our conversion rate. And the number of new customers that we've had is up 411% over last year.
Wait, say that again. How much are we up?
411%.
Okay, so 411% we're up with our new customers. Amazing.
Right. So not only do we have more customers calling in, we're able to close those deals at a much higher rate than we were before. Right now, our closing rate is about 85%, and that's largely due to, first of all, like our Google reviews that we've gotten people really see that our customers are happy, but also we have a script that we follow. And so when customers call in, they get all the information that they need. That script has been refined time and time again. It wasn't a one and done deal. It was a system that we followed with Thrive in the refining process, and that has obviously the 411% shows that system works.
Yeah, so here's a big one for you. So last week alone, our booking percentage was 91%. We actually booked more deals, more new customers last year than we did the first 5 months, or I'm sorry, we booked more deals last week than we did the first 5 months of last year from before we worked with Thrive. So again, we booked more deals last week than the first 5 months of last year. And it's incredible. But the reason why we have that success is by implementing the systems that Thrive has taught us and helped us out with. So.
Some of those systems that we've implemented are group interviews. That way we've really been able to come up with a really great team. We've created and implemented checklists. That way everything gets done and it gets done right. It creates accountability. We're able to make sure that everything gets done properly, both out in the field and also in our office. And also doing the podcast, like Jared had mentioned, that has really, really contributed to our success. But like I said, the diligence and consistency in doing those in that system has really been a big blessing in our lives. And also, it's really shown that we've gotten the success from following those systems.
Yeah. So before working with Thrive, we were basically stuck. Really no new growth with our business. And we were in a rut, and we didn't know.
Oh, sorry. The last 3 years, our customer base had pretty much stayed the same. We weren't shrinking, but we weren't really growing either.
Yeah, and so we didn't really know where to go, what to do, how to get out of this rut that we're in. But Thrive helped us with that. They implemented those systems. That they taught us those systems. They taught us the knowledge that we needed in order to succeed. Now it's been a grind. Absolutely, it's been a grind this last year. But we're getting those fruits from that hard work and the diligent effort that we're able to put into it. So again, we were in a rut. Thrive helped us get out of that rut. And if you're thinking about working with Thrive, quit thinking about it and just do it. Do the action, and you'll get the results. It will take hard work and discipline, but that's what it's going to take in order to really succeed. So we just want to give a big shout out to Thrive, a big thank you out there to Thrive. We wouldn't be where we're at now without their help.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Morrow. I'm a pediatric dentist. Through our new digital marketing plan, we have seen a marked increase in the number of new patients that we're seeing every month, year over year. 1 month, for example, we went from 110 new patients the previous year to over 180 new patients in the same month. And overall, our average is running about 40 to 42% increase month over month, year over year. The group of people required to implement our new digital marketing plan is immense, starting with a business coach, videographers, photographers, web designers. Back when I graduated dental school in 1985, nobody advertised. The only marketing that was ethically allowed in everybody's eyes was mouth-to-mouth marketing. By choosing to use the services, you're choosing to use a proven turnkey marketing and coaching system that will grow your practice and get you the results that you're looking for. I went to the University of Oklahoma College of Dentistry, graduated in 1983, and then I did my pediatric dental residency at Baylor College of Dentistry from 1983 to 1985.
Hello, my name is Charles Kolaw with Kolaw Fitness. Today I want to tell you a little bit about Clay Clark and how I know Clay Clark. Clay Clark has been my business coach since 2017. He's helped us grow from 2 locations to now 6 locations. We're planning to do 7 locations in 7 years and then franchise. And Clay has done a great job of helping us navigate anything that has to do with like running the business, building the systems, the checklists, the workflows, the audits, how to navigate lease agreements, how to buy property, how to work with brokers and builders. This guy is just amazing. He's this kind of guy has worked in every single industry. He's written books with like Lee Cockrell, head of Disney, with the 40,000 cast members. He's friends with like Mike Lindell. He does Reawaken America tours, where he does these tours all across the country, where 10,000 or more people show up to some of these tours. On the day-to-day, he does anywhere from about 160 companies. He's at the top. He has a team of business coaches, videographers, and graphic designers and web developers, and they run 160 companies every single week. So think of this guy with a team of business coaches running 160 companies. So in the weekly, he's running 160 companies. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's doing Reawaken America tours. Every 6 to 8 weeks, he's also doing business conferences where 200 people show up, and he teaches people a 13-step proven system that he's done and worked with billionaires, helping them grow their companies. So I've seen guys from startups go from startup to being multimillionaires, teaching people how to get time freedom and financial freedom through the system. Critical thinking, document creation, putting it into organizing everything in their head to building it into a franchisable, scalable business. Like one of his businesses has like 500 franchises. That's just one of the companies or brands that he works with. So amazing guy. Elon Musk kind of like smart guy. He kind of comes off sometimes as socially awkward, but he's so brilliant, and he's taught me so much. When I say that, like Clay is like, he doesn't care what people think when you're talking to him. He cares about where you're going in your life and where he can get you to go. And that's what I like most about him. He's like a good coach. A coach isn't just making you feel good all the time. A coach is actually helping you get to the best you. And Clay has been an amazing business coach. Through the course of that, we became friends. I was really most impressed with him is when I was shadowing him one time. We went into a business deal and listened to it. I got to shadow and listen to it. And when we walked out, I knew that he could make millions on the deal. And they were super excited about working with him. And he told me, he's like, I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to turn it down, because he knew it was going to harm the common good of people in the long run. And the guy's integrity just really wowed me. It brought tears to my eyes to see that this guy, his highest desire was to do what's right. And anyways, just an amazing man. So anyways, impacted me a lot. He's helped navigate anytime I've got nervous or worried about how to run the company, or navigating competition and an economy that's like, I remember we got closed down for 3 months. He helped us navigate on how to stay open, how to get back open, how to just survive through all the COVID shutdowns, lockdowns.
I'm Rachel with Tip Top Canine, and we just want to give a huge thank you to Clay and Vanessa Clark.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan with Tip Top Canine. Just want to say a big thank you to Thrive 15. Thank you to Make Your Life Epic. We love you guys, we appreciate you, and really just appreciate how far you've taken us. This is our old house, right? This is where we used to live a few years ago. This is our old neighborhood. See, it's nice, right? So this is my old van and our old school marketing, and this is our old team. And by team, I mean it's me and another guy.
This is our new house with our new neighborhood. This is our new van with our new marketing, and this is our new team. We went from 4 to 14, and I took this beautiful photo. We worked with several different business coaches in the past, and they were all about helping Ryan sell better and just teaching sales, which is awesome, but Ryan is a really great salesman. So we didn't need that. We needed somebody to help us get everything that was in his head out into systems, into manuals and scripts, and actually build a team. So now that we have systems in place, we've gone from 1 to 10 locations in only a year.
In October 2016, we grossed 13 grand for the whole month. Right now it's 2018, the month of October. It's only the 22nd. We've already grossed a little over 50 grand for the whole month, and we still have time to go. We're just thankful for you, thankful for Thrive and your mentorship, and we're really thankful that you guys have helped us to grow a business that we run now instead of the business running us. Just thank you times 1,000.
The Thrive Time Show 2-day interactive business workshops are the highest and most reviewed business workshops on the planet.
You can learn the proven 13-point business systems that Dr. Zellner and I have used over and over to start and grow successful companies. I mean, we get into the specific steps on what you need to do to optimize your website. We're going to teach you how to fix your conversion rate. We're going to teach you how to do a social media marketing campaign that works. How do you raise capital? How do you get a small business loan? We teach you everything you need to know here during a 2-day, 15-hour workshop. It's all here for you. You work every day in your business, but for 2 days you can escape and work on your business and build these proven systems so now you can have a successful company that will produce both the time freedom and the financial freedom that you deserve. You're going to leave energized, motivated, but you're also going to leave empowered. The reason why I've built these workshops is because as an entrepreneur, I always wish that I had this. And because there wasn't anything like this, I would go to these motivational seminars, no money down, real estate, Ponzi scheme, get motivated seminars, and they would never teach me anything. It was like you went there and you paid for the big chocolate Easter bunny, but inside of it, it was a hollow nothingness. And I wanted the knowledge, and they're like, oh, but we'll teach you the knowledge after our next workshop. And the great thing is we have nothing to upsell. At every workshop, we teach you what you need to know. There's no one in the back of the room trying to sell you some next big get-rich-quick, walk-on-hot coals product. It's literally, we teach you the brass tacks, the specific stuff that you need to know to learn how to start and grow a business. And I encourage you to not believe what I'm saying, and I want you to Google the Z66 auto auction. I want you to Google elephant in the room. Look at Robert Zellner and Associates. Look them up and say, are they successful because they're geniuses, or are they successful because they have a proven system? When you do that research, you will discover that the same systems that we use in our own business can be used in your business. Come to Tulsa, book a ticket, and I guarantee you it's going to be the best business workshop ever, and we'll even give you your money back if you don't love it. We've built this facility for you, and we're excited to see you.
Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy with Tip Top Canine, and I'm the founder.
I'm Rachel Wimpy, and I am a co-founder.
So we've been running Tip Top for about the last 14 years, franchising for the last 3-4 years. So someone that'd be a good fit for Tip Top loves dogs, they're high energy, they want to be able to own their own job, but they don't want to worry about, that high failure rate. They want to do that like bowling with bumper lanes.
So you give us a call, reach out to us, we'll call you, and then we'll send you an FDD, look over that, read it, fall asleep to it, it's very boring, and then we'll book a discovery day, and you come and you can spend a day or two with us to make sure that you actually like it, make sure training dogs is something that you want to do.
So an FDD is a franchise disclosure document. It's a federally regulated document that goes into all the nitty-gritty details of what the franchise agreement entails.
So who would be a good fit to buy a Tip Top Canine would be somebody who loves dogs, who wants to work with dogs all day as their profession. You'll make a lot of money, you'll have a lot of fun, it's very rewarding. And who would not be a good fit is a cat person.
So the upfront cost for Tip Top is $43,000. And a lot of people say they're generating doctor money, but on our disclosure, the numbers are anywhere from over $1 million a year in dog training, what our Oklahoma City location did last year, to 25, 35 grand a month.
To train and get trained by us for Tip Top Canine, to run your own Tip Top Canine, you would be with us for 6 weeks here in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So we've been married for 7 years.
8 years.
8 years. So if you're watching this video, you're like, hey, maybe I want to be a dog trainer. Hey, that one sounds super amazing. Go to our website, tiptopcanine.com, click on the yellow franchising tab, fill out the form, and Rachel and I will give you a call. Our Oklahoma City location last year, they did over $1 million. He's been running that shop for 3 years. Before, he was a youth pastor with 0 sales experience, 0 dog training experience before he ever met with us.
So just call us, come spend a day with us, spend a couple days with us, make sure you like training dogs, and own your own business.
Well, the biggest reason to buy a Tip Top Canine is so you own your own job and you own your own future, and you don't hate your life. You get an enjoyable job that brings a lot of income, but is really rewarding.
My name is Seth Flint, and I had originally heard about Tip Top Canine through my old pastors who I worked for. They trained their Great Pyrenees with Ryan and Tip Top Canine. They did a phenomenal job and became really good friends with Ryan and Rachel. I was working at a local church, and it was a great experience. I ended up leaving there and working with Ryan and Tip Top Canine. The biggest thing that I really enjoy about being self-employed is that I can create my own schedule. I have the ability to spend more time with my family, my wife and my daughter. So my very favorite thing about training dogs with Tip Top Canine is that I get to work with the people. Obviously, I love working with dogs, but it's just so rewarding to be able to train a dog that had serious issues, whether it's behavioral or whatever, and seeing a transformation, taking that dog home, and mom and dad are literally in tears because of how happy they are with the training. If somebody is interested, I'd say don't hesitate. Make sure you like dogs. Make sure that you enjoy working with people, because we're not just dog trainers. We are customer service people that help dogs, and so definitely don't hesitate. Just come in and ask questions. Ask all the questions you have.